Adequate and affordable housing for every Jamaican family is an important part of Jamaica's journey to developed country status, and the Portia Simpson Miller-led administration is exploring innovative ways to address the needs in fiscal year 2013-2014.
We are of the view that people are not to merely buy homes, but to buy into neighborhoods, as we engender a holistic approach to development. We intend to facilitate the growth of communities, not just individuals operating as units within the community.
The National Housing Trust, the NHT, continues to lead the charge to provide housing solutions for Jamaicans. While the trust maintains its loan financing program for contributors, over $23 billion will also go towards constructing homes for Jamaicans this fiscal year. They include 3 housing schemes totaling more than 1,300 solutions delivered early in the 2013 calendar year. The Housing Agency of Jamaica, HAJ, is also lifting the living standards for many Jamaicans. The agency delivered some 2,086 housing solutions in the last fiscal year and is on track to provide hundreds more this year. These include 173 studio units at Whitehall Phase 3 in Westmoreland at a cost of $39 million. 604 one-bedroom units and 90 studio units will also be built on 119.4 hectares of land at Bernard Lodge in St. Catherine through a public-private partnership arrangement.
This government continues to pursue all avenues to bring private capital into the housing market. As such, the Bernard Lodge, which is the largest to be undertaken by HAJ, will be financed and constructed by a foreign investor, Malfrost International. The capital outlay will be approximately $5.6 billion and is to be expended over 3 years.
The HAJ is also utilizing public-private partnership agreements to deliver 778 housing solutions in Grange Pen St. James and 176 in Hopewell Hanover. Similar agreements will provide some 200 starter units in the Spanish Town to Old Harbour area. And the Bellier 3 housing scheme in St. Anne is to be completed, while a contract is to be signed for the Luana Gardens scheme in St. Elizabeth. Those 2 projects will conclude the Jamaica Economical Housing Program financed by the Chinese Exim Bank. This fiscal year will also find the Housing Ministry expanding its INFILL program, which develops residual lots of land within existing housing schemes. More than 17.8 hectares of land will be used to provide 70 housing solutions and commercial lots. Work also continues apace to deliver 9,000 houses for low-income earners over a 5-year period under the Jamaica Emergency Employment Program, JEEP.
Low-income earners must also have their claim to decent shelter as we move to advance the welfare of our citizens.
The initiative involves a partnership with the Housing Agency of Jamaica, the National Housing Trust, and Food for the Poor. The Jamaica Mortgage Bank is doing its part with plans to fund developers' construction projects with unit prices below $15 million at interest rates below 10.5%. The Mortgage Insurance Act is also being amended to move total aggregate per centum cover from 90 to 97% and provide more flexible premium rates to make home purchases easier. Efforts to address informal housing are also being stepped up. A national squatter management policy and implementation plan is being developed to reduce the illegal occupation of lands. The Housing Ministry will be strengthening existing laws and carrying out the phased expansion of the Squatter Management Unit to prevent and contain informal settlements.
A new Trespass Act is being developed to bring this legislation, which has been around for 175 years, into the 21st century.
Even as it provides new housing solutions, government is also executing work to improve the aesthetics of existing ones. Under the Housing Ministry's Urban Renewal Program, steps are being taken to redevelop government tenements which have fallen into disrepair, and $42 million has been provided to remove zinc fences from homes and schools in inner-city communities, replacing them with concrete block walls reinforced with steel.
For this fiscal year, there's more in the offing. The HAJ will be transferring some 5,000 titles.
These represent more than half of roughly 9,000 titles left to be delivered to Operation Pride beneficiaries across several parishes.
That simple piece of paper I mentioned earlier on, Mr. Speaker, engenders the unlocking of a slew of financial possibilities for its recipient that would yield both local and national economic benefits.
The Ministry of Housing, laying the foundation for a strong Jamaica, a nation seen to the shelter needs of all its citizens.